So now I have my pear placed in the Illustrator document, and I have a layer pen tool trace, and you can see right now I'm on photo layer. Photo layer is kind of a violet purple shade, and I just want to make sure that my pen tool trace layer is actually what is selected. So I'll go up to that. There we go. And I'm going to grab the pen tool to start, and it is right here. You have underneath the pen tool, if you click and hold the pen tool, you have the add anchor point tool, delete anchor point tool, and convert anchor point tool. Those are all tools we'll be using later on. I'm going to start with the pen tool, and what I'm going to do is basically trace around each color, each shape color. So one piece will be the actual pear body, and then one, maybe two pieces will be the stem. So you can pick any starting point that you wish. I'm just going to start here at the top just so I can remember. I click once and I let go, and then I'm going to click and drag in the direction that I'm going, and I'm clicking and dragging, and that's allowing me to see these handles. Now the handles that you see that are straight right now, they are at about 180 degrees. They will not show up, but the actual stroke will. So you see right here, I just let go, and you see that this is actually the line that's going to show up. Now right now I have a fill of white and a stroke of none. You see right here in the left bottom of my tools. I'm going to click on this little button here, and it changed it to a fill of white and a stroke of black. I'm just going to click on the fill, and click on none right below it. That's that white box with the red line through it, and that gives me, if I zoom in, a stroke of black and a fill of none. So that just helps me to see what I'm doing as I'm going along here. Okay, so I just clicked here, and then I click and drag here, and I let go, and without clicking again, I haven't really clicked anywhere else on the screen, I can go right here. Now I kind of missed the spot I was aiming for, didn't quite get it like I wanted, and at this point, if that happens to you, you can undo. I have my hand on the Apple and Z key, or the Command Z, and that will let me undo as I go along as well. So if you do something wrong, Apple Z will let you undo. And it's just getting the feel of where to click and how to drag that stroke around, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So take your time. You want to make sure that you go around the whole object as you trace along, and like I say, it doesn't have to be perfect. This photograph we're using is just a template. We are going to delete it in the end, so it doesn't have to be perfect, so take your time. And as you can see, I'm not getting it perfect the first time around. The last thing I'm going to do is go all the way back to the beginning, make sure I close that path. So I actually clicked on the original point where I started, and I clicked, and that allowed that line to join. So it goes all the way around. And if I add that fill, you can see that fill goes all the way around. Now the other thing you want to do is click on your pen tool after you've finished. So wait until you finish, go ahead and go all the way around as best you can, and use the convert anchor point tool. And with the convert anchor point tool, you can hold the shift key down and click on any point that you have drawn. And as you hold the shift key down, it will allow you to move it around. And if you don't hold the shift key down, it will actually get rid of your anchor points and make your line straight. So if you do that, that's okay. Just hit Apple Z and undo. The nice thing about the convert anchor point tool is it will allow me to click on the anchor point, and then I have access to adjust these handles. So you can grab the handles and you can adjust them, and they will adjust the curves of your strokes all along your traced pear or your traced object. And sometimes they are easier to grab than others. And there we go. And you can also use the white arrow, the direct selection tool, and click on the points and do basically the same thing. The direct selection tool is a little bit more prohibitive, though. It will adjust both anchors usually, and it doesn't have quite as much control, but you can move the anchors around with it as well, so you can try that as well. Now, last thing I'm going to do, might do a couple other things to get those strokes a little bit closer, but I'm going to fill it in with the color. And there's several options for colors. You can go window, and you can have your color panel, you have your color guide, you have your swatches. All these are different ways to fill in your color. So just make sure your fill's on top, and like if you're in swatches, you can click a swatch and it will fill. Now I'm going to undo that and go over here and show you one other way to do that. If you go to your eyedropper tool and you pick a color that is, or you pick a point on your photograph, it will actually pick that color. So you see some places I have a little bit more of a green tone, some places it's a lot brighter, lighter yellow. So you can pick a color from your actual photograph. Lots of times this is really good if you're trying to get an exact replication of an image color. Okay, I'm going to pause it here, and I'm going to draw my stem the same way I drew the pear, and then I'm going to do a couple other details in another video.